Imagine a world where starting a family doesn't feel like a financial gamble. Today, I'm diving into a bold new idea in finance that could revolutionize how we support young families and address demographic challenges, not just in one country, but globally. It's called the Universal Family Dividend, a system designed to empower parents, boost economic stability, and rethink how we value population growth in an age of automation and high end industry. Let's break it down in a way that's practical, forward thinking, and maybe even a little inspiring. The Universal Family Dividend is a policy where every family with young children receives a monthly cash payment, no strings attached, until the child turns 18. Unlike traditional subsidies that might be one time or limited to specific age groups, this dividend is consistent, predictable, and universal, meaning every family qualifies regardless of income. The goal? To ease the financial burden of raising kids, encourage consumer spending, and stabilize economies facing demographic declines. But here's the twist: it's not just about boosting birth rates. In a world driven by automation, robotics, and high end industries, we need to shift our focus from population quantity to quality, enhancing efficiency and living standards for everyone. Picture this: a young couple just starting out, worried about the costs of childcare, education, and healthcare. The Universal Family Dividend gives them a monthly boost. Let's say $500 per child. That's not a fortune, but it's enough to cover diapers, groceries, or a chunk of preschool fees. It's money that flows directly into the economy, supporting local businesses and driving growth. More importantly, it reduces the stress that keeps couples from starting families in the first place. Countries like China, where birth rates have plummeted to 9.5 million in 2024 from a peak of 17.9 million in 2017, could use this to ease the pressure without obsessing over numbers. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why focus on families when automation and robotics are reshaping the workforce? The truth is, the future doesn't need a population explosion. It needs skilled, healthy, and well educated people who can thrive in a high tech world. The universal family dividend isn't about churning out more workers for factories. It's about giving families the freedom to invest in their kids' education, health, and well being. A child raised with financial security is more likely to become a productive, innovative contributor to society, whether they're coding the next AI or designing sustainable cities. Here's where it gets exciting. This isn't just a government handout. The dividend could be funded through a mix of public and private sources. Imagine tech giants benefiting from automation, contributing to a national fund as part of their corporate responsibility, add in progressive taxation on high end industries, and savings from streamlining outdated welfare programs, and you've got a sustainable model. The key is to keep it simple. No means testing, no bureaucracy. Every family gets the same amount, which cuts administrative costs and ensures fairness. But what about the critics? Some will say this is too expensive or that it won't boost birth rates enough. To that, I say, it's not just about births, it's about creating a society where people feel secure enough to plan for the future. China's recent $500 annual baby subsidy, starting in 2025, is a step in the right direction, but it's too small and too focused on short term gains. The universal family dividend is bolder. It's a long-term investment in human capital, not a quick fix. And in an era where automation is replacing low-skilled jobs, we should be prioritizing living standards over headcounts. Let's talk numbers for a second. If 20 million families in a country like China received $500 per month per child, the cost could reach $120 billion annually for one child per family. Sounds steep, right? But compare that to the economic losses from an aging population or declining consumer spending. China's nominal growth in 2024 was just 3.9%, despite 5.2% real growth, thanks to falling prices. A dividend like this could inject cash directly into households, boosting demand and stabilizing markets. Plus, it's an investment that pays off when those kids grow up to drive innovation in a tech driven economy. Now, let's zoom out. This idea could work beyond China. Countries like Japan, facing a 25% drop in kindergarten enrollments, or even Western nations with stagnant birth rates, could adapt the Universal Family Dividend to their needs. It's not about copying and pasting, it's about recognizing that financial security for families is a universal need. In a world where robotics and AI are taking over repetitive tasks, we need fewer workers, but better prepared ones. This policy could be the bridge to that future. So, what's the takeaway? The Universal Family Dividend is a game changer because it tackles two problems at once. It supports families financially and prepares societies for a high tech future. It's not about flooding the world with more people. It's about empowering the ones we have to live better, smarter, and more sustainably. If we get this right, we're not just solving a demographic crisis, we're building a world where starting a family feels like a choice, not a sacrifice. Let's make this happen. Share this idea, spark a conversation, and let's rethink how we value families in the age of automation. The future isn't about quantity, it's about quality, and it starts with giving every family a fair shot.